A community says goodbye to a young Baltimore County police officer. Thousands of people attended the funeral of Officer Amy Caprio. She was killed Monday afternoon when she responded to a call for suspicious activity in a Perry Hall neighborhood. A procession carried her body to her final resting place, Delaney Valley Memorial Gardens. First responders and strangers lined the route as the procession went from 95 to 695 to 83 North. WJZ has a team of reporters covering the ceremonies for Officer Caprio. Kimberly Eaton is live at the Harford County Church, where an overflow crowd honored her. Kimberly?
And Denise, just to give you an idea of the size of this service and the sheer impact this young officer had on her community, we learned tonight that the parking lot of the church holds about 800 cars. That was overfilled. People were parked on the shoulders of the roads, as you mentioned. First responders and civilians were lined up on the overpasses along the Beltway. And inside the church this morning, Larry Hogan spoke, saying he regrets that he didn't have the opportunity to know Officer Amy Caprio. Surrounded by badges and heartbreak. Bagpipes played Friday morning as officers carried the casket of one of their own. Fallen Officer Amy Caprio. The 29-year-old died in the line of duty Monday afternoon after serving for nearly 4 years. A tragic loss not limited by Baltimore County lines.
I mean, it's terrible, and we all work together, so we're a police family, so this hurts us all.
A sea of uniforms in all different colors poured into Mountain Christian Church, united in grief and by a thin blue line across their badges, sending a silent message to the family of Officer Caprio.
I think they need to feel supported in this time of need. You know, it's definitely, a family throughout, everybody with a badge.
And those without. Strangers, people who never met the young officer, like Martha Patrick, who came from Forest Hill.
These are very special bears.
To bring a small piece of comfort to those who need it most and send the message she can't deliver herself.
My heart goes out to you.
And you could see the kind of law enforcement presence that was out here today. Baltimore County Police releasing some numbers from the funeral procession tonight, saying there were 633 vehicles in that funeral procession, more than 100 of those motorcycles. Reporting in Harford County, I'm Kimberly Eaton for WJZ.
Thank you, Kimberly. Well, the funeral procession just wrapped up a short time ago. It ended, of course, at Delaney Valley Memorial Gardens. Alex Dimitrick is live in Timonium with more on that. Alex?
Well, Denise, the funeral procession was extraordinary, even by the standards of honoring an officer killed in the line of duty. Symbols of respect, duty, and loss went up along the funeral procession route. Large displays by other first responders and small gestures like the blue heart balloons Vicki Dipple tied to light poles on Padonia Road. As to why she was doing it,
it just breaks my heart. I'm so sad. I don't really know what I can do. I'm praying for her and her family. It's just heartbreaking.
First to arrive at the cemetery were trailered in, mounted police units from different Maryland agencies, along with Pennsylvania and Delaware. Further back, stretching to Harford County, the main procession slowly made its way to Timonium, a journey that took 2 hours and a number of road closures with people waiting along the way.
Was there doing her job and then ended up tragically in a terrible situation. And I just want to be here to support her, her family, and all the police.
In all, more than 600 motorcycles and cars made up the procession, a show of solidarity for Officer Amy Caprio, who was killed doing a dangerous job.
Absolutely, absolutely. And, I appreciate everything they do all the time.
Officer Caprio's death Monday in Perry Hall brought Linda Brown to the gates of Delaney Valley Memorial Gardens.
I grew up in Perry Hall. I went to high school there. My family still lives there, and I just felt like a part of Perry Hall should be here. This woman gave her life, a brave, courageous woman, and I just want to honor her today.
Well, at the family's request, graveside services were kept out of public view. Officer Caprio was buried with full honors. Denise, back to you.
All right, thank you, Alex. Now, all day, WJZ has been bringing you live coverage of the services for Officer Caprio. If you think you missed any of today's tributes, it's all posted on our website, WJZ.com.